Senator Lankford.
Chairman, thank you. Thank you all for going through the process. It's not a fun process to be able to do the preparation, everything else that you've done, and then be able to go through this. So I appreciate your dedication to the country and your willingness to be able to serve. Mr. O'Connell, I want to ask you a question because you're getting left alone all the time on this. I want to be able to just zero in on it. You've served in the Office of the Inspector General in the past. You've served as a prosecutor in the past. Stepping into one of the roles as a judge here in D.C. Is an incredibly important role, but my concern is always that people get access to justice. One of the challenges that we've had is attorneys aren't prepared when they walk in and they ask for an extension, they ask just for more time. If judges just keep giving that, the person who's trying to get to justice can never get to justice. The family that's the victim can never get an answer there because everything gets delayed. How are you going to run your courtroom in such a way to be able to make sure people actually get to justice in a timely manner?
Thank you for the question, Senator. I certainly don't take it personally.
Yeah.
These are important issues that are being addressed. My experience as an assistant U.S. attorney in the Superior Court Division of the U.S. Attorney's Office here in D.C., I encountered it frequently where defense counsel were not prepared for trial, not prepared to proceed. And I think the judges of the Superior Court who were successful at managing those caseloads were able to use a number of tools to ensure that to hold accountable counsel who were unprepared. And certainly this was done with the interest of the clients of those counsel. Judges have to ensure that litigants, especially criminal defendants, are adequately represented. So a number of tools were used by judges. Certainly, when an assistant U.S. attorney would be unprepared, the judge would outright dismiss their case. So that was a circumstance that nobody ever wanted to encounter as a prosecutor. And I think it's a broader question, I think, that you're asking about the volume of cases in D.C. Superior Court. It's overwhelmingly overburdened. There are not enough judges, and there are too many cases.
Right. But there's an expectation that when the case comes to the court, the attorneys are prepared, the case is going to get heard, rather than just one more delay. If folks are actually ready to be able to get to the courtroom, the folks that are there seeking justice can actually get it.
That's exactly right.
I appreciate that. Mr. Fox, I want to be able to drill down. Thank you for stepping in this role as well. Your job is a tough one. You work for Congress. Congress is one who established the Inspector General. We have an expectation that you're the eyes and the ears of this United States Congress. To the intelligence community, you also work for the White House, and you work for the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. Ultimately, you work for the American people. Your job is to be able to oversee people that literally we hire them to go steal secrets from other places and be as clandestine as possible. That's a tough job to say, we need you to go in and make sure that this is being done correctly. Let me ask you a couple questions with that. Number one is, we cannot have our secrets stolen. If there are processes in place that lead to somebody that's a contractor or an individual that's hired that's taking our secrets, part of the responsibility that's the Inspector General to be able to look over our own shoulder to be able to make sure that we have processes in place to prevent that. What are you going to do to make sure our secrets aren't being stolen? How are you going to engage in that way?
Thank you for that question, Senator, and I share your concern. It's very important across all 18 elements that we are simpatico in this effort to protect our secrets while also maintaining appropriate transparency with the public, and that is a balancing act in some ways. When it comes to holding individuals accountable for leaking information or selling information to a foreign power, there are a number of steps that we can take, hopefully to deter that activity in the first place. And that's something I'm prepared to look at as the IG. I can't commit to it now, given our many different priorities. I'd have to look at the work plan and understand the resources we have available and the other congressionally directed actions, but I'll stand ready to address that issue for the entire IC.
Okay, we look forward to that. Mr. Blanket, thanks for stepping into this role as well on it. The Cybersecurity Information Sharing Act of 2015, it expires on September the 30th of this year. Secretary Noem has asked for its reauthorization. What do you see as the challenges that face the nation if it is not reauthorized?
Yes, Senator, thank you for the question. The SISA Act of 2015, created before CISA was created, is necessary in that it provides the sharing of information from business to business and business to government without exposing liability to those said parties. So a business that experiences a issue, a breach, detects an adversary, that type of information, they can share it without feeling pressure of liability across to other businesses, so that they may protect themselves, and then also to the government, so the government may then distribute that information in a way that protects the greater good of America. And that's contained in the SISA 2015 bill.
Right, so, but if it expires, what happens?
If it expires, they lose the Liability Protection Authority Center.
So we'll have less of that. Okay, thank you.
Senator Holling.